Hey guys, I'm finally back with some more low-level invasions here in Cleansing Chapel. It's been a couple of months since I've had an opportunity to play Dark Souls. I'd been in the process of moving. I had sold my old house, had all my stuff packaged up, and I'm finally in my new house now, and I'm starting to get things unloaded. So it felt really, really good to get back and play this game. Quite a bit's changed actually since the last time I played. When I last played the Ring City DLC, it had only been out for maybe a week or two. So there was a lot with the weapons I haven't seen. I haven't played with most of them. And I found that in the higher level invasions, I was just getting destroyed right away because I'm so rusty. So I came back to the old tried and true low level invasions and had a lot more fun. This was probably like my 5th or 6th invasion overall since I got back. You can see here a host and his Phantom. And a couple of things of note. So first of all, the host is using one of those new DLC weapons. I don't remember the name of it, the spear. And the Phantom, he's casting a few miracles here and there, but mostly he's just using a greatsword one-handed, which you can see here does not serve him very well. I interrupt a lot of his attacks, and if he would just two-hand that thing, they would probably be able to kill me pretty quickly. The host is doing a pretty good job of mixing up his attacks. He's mixing in some R2s. There's been a few times where he should have probably roll caught me and I got a little lucky. I keep waiting for him to try a parry. Nobody uses that shield unless they intend to parry you. And I also noticed that his Phantom is not estusing. He's only healing via miracles. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on that to see if maybe he's out of estus. These guys are being pretty aggressive, and there was the parry I've been expecting. Kind of trying to get these guys with a combination of turn and burns and just keeping my distance here. But when you've got more than one person coming after you aggressively, it can be very, very hard to deal with them. I'm using the Dragon Slayer axe again, which I absolutely love this weapon. It's a little bit slower than my straight sword, but it packs such a punch. When I have that thing buffed with a lightning resin, I can almost 3-shot phantoms with it. There again with the R2, that was, or that weapon art, I guess, that was really nice. He almost got me. And I see here he's done like 3 rolling attacks now in pretty short succession, so it's a good bet he's going to try another one here shortly. Yep, there's another one. I think this is right about the point where I decided I'd try to parry the next time he did it. Yep, there it is. And the Phantom hits me, but I'm able to get out of the stun quickly enough to attack him. It's weird, I had the Hornet Ring on, but I didn't get the 3 attack animation for whatever reason, and I'm just not sure why that's the case. So as long as I can keep these guys chasing me up and down the stairs, I feel pretty good about my chances. You see here now they're mixing in more jumping attacks. They're a little wary of getting parried, but not the Phantom. I get a parry off, but again, because there's 2 of them, I just can't get the riposte, which is really, really frustrating. There's a lot of times in these invasions where I know for a fact I could parry somebody, but I don't even bother going for it because the chances of me being able to take the riposte are so minimal. And so I know I've got the host on me, but I'm trying to get this guy before he can heal, but no dice. I've noticed the Phantom here, he hasn't healed, and now I see him stealing off here to the left, and I figure it's because he's going to go try and heal. So this time I'm not going to let that happen. Now the host is in some trouble, and he's panic rolling like crazy. I thought the host fought pretty well, though. I thought he did a good job. So I think I mentioned there have been some changes in the game since I last played. I know there's been at least one patch that's come out. There may have been multiple. I'm not really sure. I've heard quite a bit about weapons like Gale's Greatsword having a 3 or 4 hit true combo. There's some other weapons I think that have got some pretty meaty combos. I really haven't had a chance to play with those too much, but in addition to some of the weapons and weapon buffs and weapon nerfs, I've noticed from watching like Saint Riot's stream that it seems like there's a lot more of the dark moons now getting summoned into these invasions, whereas previously you'd see one pretty frequently. It seems like now you're seeing them a lot more, and not only are you seeing a lot more of them, but you're seeing multiples per invasion, and that's something I had just never seen before. And I've seen it a few times in YouTube videos and in streams, but I never had it happen to me personally before. Fighting this guy, I can see he wants to parry super bad. There, he went for it again. So I'm just going to keep backstabbing him as long as he keeps doing that. But I was having fun fighting this guy. Thought for sure he'd go for the parry there. Good delay on that third R1 there. And here comes the police. I realize I'm in a pretty bad spot because I'm less than half health and I've got both these guys bearing down on me. So it's pretty amazing. Like I really did get pretty crappy at this game, having not played it in so long. I made so many stupid mistakes when I came back. The controls didn't feel right. A lot of my muscle memory had deteriorated in just those 2 months. You really realize it, you know, I don't mean to sound overly dramatic, but it's almost like playing an instrument. If you've not played a game like this every day or every other day, your skills definitely atrophy. I was getting hit, I wasn't rolling in time, and still you'll see here that I'm not always rolling when I should. I'm getting caught by stupid attacks. Boy, this Evelyn, man, this is just, especially in these low levels, it is one of the best tools to have in an invasion. If I don't think I'm going to be able to parry somebody, I'll take this out, or against multiple opponents, you can really keep people at bay with this. Now, of course, we've got a second Dark Moon, and now I'm in some trouble here because now it went from a 1v1 to a 3v1. And I don't care how good you are, a 3v1 is a very, very difficult situation. And especially if you've got one of them chucking bombs at you like he's doing. I'm just really not sure what to do in this situation. I've noticed I don't see the host though. I'm not sure what happened to the host, so I decided to go check in here and see if maybe I can take the host on without even having to deal with the blues. But the blues aren't having any of it, and they're staying right on top of me here. So I realize the host isn't in here, and I start to wonder where in the hell he went. If he went deeper into the level, if he's hiding somewhere. So I decided to go looking for him, and kind of as a bonus, head off through these mobs and try to get these blues off me. This character has virtually every stat has been neglected with the exception of vigor. Every point I've had essentially has gone into vigor, with the exception of probably like 3 or 4 levels that were very, very targeted towards other stats, typically to hit the bare minimum needed to wield something like the Astora Straight Sworder. I needed a couple points in faith, and maybe some of my other weapons I may have needed a bit of strength. And I've actually respec'd this guy once or twice. You know, when you're at like a level 36 or level 37, every single level you have is super important, and you've got to be thinking a lot about where you put those levels. And it's one of the reasons these lower level invasions are so much more fun, because typically the phantoms haven't put as much thought into it. So maybe there's a weapon they want to wield, so they'll start dumping all their stats into strength or dexterity, and they'll neglect things like vigor. But I don't have very much stamina, so I have to be really, really careful about how I use it. At this point, I realize the host, there's no way he's come this way. All the enemies are in place. None of them seem disturbed. So I decide to come back. At this point, the host has to either be hiding or he's down the shortcut. But before I'm going to be able to get an answer to that question, I'm going to have to find out what to do with these two blues. And right here, I'm just getting a little bit of added help from the enemies in the area. Here I have a conundrum. He's got just a little bit of health left. Do I stick around and try and kill him? And fortunately, that other blue got hit by an arrow right as the guy came out of his invincibility frames, and I was able to catch his roll, which was awesome. I knew that turn and burn was coming, and I still fell for it. I wasn't able to roll in time, but I get this guy with like 4 rolling attacks or roll catches in a row, and that made me feel pretty good. But definitely the rolling is really rusty. I feel like that's the skill that's atrophied the most. That's where I'm having the most trouble. Not panic rolling a lot of that stuff I'm still doing well, but just not rolling on reaction when I need to. So here I go to look for the host, and for some reason I stop sliding on the ladder, and it takes me a moment to realize it's the host. And it's been so long since I've played the game, I forget how to attack on the ladder. So you see I Estus, and now I realize I'm in trouble, but before I can get away, he knocks me off, and I thought for sure that was going to kill me. It didn't. I very narrowly avoid his plunging attack, probably by 1/10 of a second, and that would have been my death. So the host is actually doing a pretty good job here of playing on the ladder. I was actually just watching a streamer the other day, Revion, I think is his name, and he does a lot of this in Gank City outside Pontiff. And you can see here I'm having a lot of trouble. This guy's definitely got the upper hand here, and he's kind of embarrassing me and making me look stupid. So here I decided to take a moment and put on the cat ring so that I don't, if I do fall off the ladder, obviously it's not going to kill me as long as I'm not too far up. And what I should have done there was dropped and done a plunging attack. And here I realize I'm fat rolling because I took off the FAP ring, and now I'm furiously trying to take stuff off to shed some weight. This guy could be absolutely destroying me right now. But it works out in my favor because I'm able to get some throwing knives off, get him off the ladder, and then catch him with a charged R2. Thanks guys for watching.